So last week I was talking to a cashier at a thrift store, and he was bemoaning the fact that he had too many donations that he couldn't really process in terms of clothing, and that they were giving away a lot of their donations to this guy that was taking them across the border to Tijuana. And I told him that I sell clothing. I'd be more than happy to take some of the donations. I would even be happy to pay some amount of money sight unseen for the donated unsorted bags of clothing. He said, yeah, come back next week on Sunday. So I almost didn't go. I was driving back from, I think, the post office, and I figured I should really stop because I said that I would. So I stopped, and right at close, I ran into the guy. I didn't think that he was even there that day, and I said, you know, you told me to come back on Sunday. He said, yeah, pull around back, I'll give you a bag or two. And he proceeded to load up the back of my van with 3 large garbage bags and 3 smaller bags full of clothes. The whole back of my van was taken up. So I don't know what I got. We're about to dig into it and see what I did get. And also I have an announcement that regards my kind of personal life and business. So if you're interested, stick around to the end. So let's start with one of the big garbage bags, and hopefully it's not full of roaches and other horrors. First piece is a pair of Gloria Vanderbilt jeans. This is a pretty bad brand of women's jeans, and I already see a bleach stain, so this is not making the cut. Here's a pair of really ratty scrub bottoms, or maybe pajama bottoms actually. That one I am throwing back. Here's a pair of J. Crew shorts. Never seen that tag before. Obviously they are Bermuda shorts. This I am more than happy to sell. I don't see any nastiness. It's a women's pair of shorts. Pair of Chico's women's dark green corduroy jeans. These I will also sell. Chico's, oh, it's got some fading on the knees. That's okay, it's not that bad. Chico's women's clothing, not my wheelhouse. I have dabbled a lot actually, but I just way prefer men's, know a lot more about it. I do know that Chico's is not really that great of a seller, but the stuff I can list for dirt cheap for people because I got it for free. Pair of Hanes children's sweatpants, not keeping those. This feels like something. Nope, well, maybe. It's a youth large polyester fill puffer jacket from a bad brand. This one, sure. I'll probably, for a lot of these, including this piece, I'll probably look at the numbers on eBay before I invest the time to actually photograph and list and stuff. And my hair is getting to Medusa levels, so I need to find my my beloved beanie. Hold on. More pajama bottoms. Gap kids, no thanks. I hate selling kids clothing. I don't know anything about it. It doesn't really sell that well. You have to sell it in lots typically, is my impression. Here's a really disgusting old rag. I don't like selling disgusting old rags. That's just me. I know that's a controversial opinion. There's Cat and Jack, kid stuff. Let's see, is this all kids? All right, here's something. Here's a, is that something? It's a Zella girl. It's kind of sweater thing. That might be worth 10 bucks. I'll look at the numbers. Here's a dress. It's got a big hole in it. It's warehouse brands, that's nothing. Here's a horrendous Fortnite hoodie. That I will definitely try to sell. And here's a women's members only jacket, satin jacket, size 10. This is kind of a girl's size. This might be youth. This I will try to sell. Members Only, one of those brands that I always, not always, I periodically look up and it's never up to spec. Vineyard Vines. Vineyard Vines Youth Fleece. Maybe size 6. That's pretty small. But that's a yes. It's got some goobers on it. Ha! Yes, yes, excellent. This is an excellent find. Spiritual Gangster, one of the most annoying clothing brands to see in the world. I saw a guy walking around with Spiritual Savage on his shirt. So there's an upgrade. I don't know if the Spiritual Savage came first and then became the Spiritual Gangster, or if the Spiritual Gangster became educated and then sublimated their gangsterism into just kind of a state of pure numinous savagery. But yeah, that's a really, really strong brand that I almost never find. And there it is again, Jerry. A brand that, like Members Only, has always been just south of a good purchase, but is apparently now, okay, this is clearly a boy's size. Yeah, I'll see what it's worth. I saw a little flaw there. It's kind of a nonsense candy kiss. That's nothing. Okay, that's it for bag 1. A little bit underwhelmed by that bag, but can't complain. Got it for free. This is attempt number 2. Chaps denim, white shirt. I can already see a stain on it. Arizona. Really basic stuff. Not really worth listing. Basic editions, same story. Just too generic. High Sierra. Nah. Faded Glory. That's a hard no. St. John's Bay. Although, you know, if these are all in the same size, there's a case to be made for bundling all of these up in a lot and selling them. But I still, it's a lot of work for something that I'm probably still going to have to price at like $25. And I know that it sounds slightly hypocritical of me to be saying that, but taking photos of like 8 pieces of clothing, making a composite image, fielding questions about size. You know, I'm not going to measure each single Morona shirt, for example. I would rather just spend my time elsewhere. Delicates, medium. This is going to be a wash, I think. This bag. White Stag, nothing. Another Faded Glory. Hey, here's something. It's Ocean Pacific shorts for capri pants. Cargo. It's actually a pretty good item. And a second pair, just like it, different color. And pair number 3. So these I will bother to lot up, because those are, you know, desirable pieces. Okay, that was okay. Let's do this one now. Zanana Outfitters, no thank you. Ooh. Ah. Ooh, ah. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, baby girl. Handmade in Norway, Fair Isle knit wool sweater. No brand, but look at that thing. That is what daddy likes. So this, I might actually, I have a little box going of vintage pieces I'm going to try to flip locally to the vintage stores around where I live. So I think I'm going to put that in there. That is a nice piece. I'm sure it must have holes and or stains in it. But even so, that is gorgeous. Not you know, who cares? But yeah, that's a good piece. Style. This is like a giant, like an Amazon Alibaba dress. That's a pass. Cat and Jack, no. Pillowcase, no. Kids Cherokee shorts, no. A crumpled, shitty Shaun White shirt, no. Ah! Nah. Well, I don't know. I don't know this brand. Looks like nothing, but I should probably look it up. Except it has poop stains on the back. Whee! Underwear. More kid shorts. This one's a keep. My memory tells me that is not like a great brand, but it does have some kind of following online. It's this weird tie-dye thing. And the eternal struggle to try to figure out what the hell this thing is, which is a situation I find myself in about a third of the time with women's clothing. Because, oh, big stupid man. Del Norte goes to Broadway. Del Norte goes in the garbage. Wow, here's a pretty beat up vintage Polo Ralph Lauren polo shirt. A big old urine streak right in the middle there. It's a little bag. It's a Telemundo shirt. Probably not worth anything. Here's a pair of Lucky jeans. It's pretty cool. Lucky brand men's jeans are selling really well. These are women's size 12. So, should still be pretty good. Pretty basic there. Hearts on the back. Looks like pretty decent shape. Yeah. Some Old Navy leggings. Not really worth it. Very interesting. They appear to be a really good size, and there's no tags. Pass. It's a little wallet, keychain wallet. Pass. And a pillowcase. No, thank you. I do nothing with linens. I don't touch blankets. I don't touch pillows. I don't touch pillowcases. This stuff sat in the back of my van all day baking in the heat, which is a trick that I learned from Bob Bides. Keep it in the back of your car. Temperature gets up above, I think, like 113 degrees, 116 degrees, which kills bed bugs. So it's a good tip to know. Hoping that it works. But for that reason, I do not screw around with linens at all. Okay. Off to a good start on this big bag. Here's a pair of Cabela's Trail Hiker cargo hiking pants. Waist 34, length 36. Yes, this is a big yes for me. Cabela's house brand stuff is not very expensive, even brand new, but if I can get it for free, yeah, hell yeah. Pretty bad brand, Crofton Barrow, and 3XB means I'm still going to try to flip this. And it is a men's. Yeah, I didn't know Crofton Barrow really made men's stuff. I'm sure I did on some level, but yeah, all right. This is off to a pretty promising start. Don't want to jinx it here. There's Goodfellow, which is the Walmart brand, 2XL. If it wasn't 2XL, I would say no, but this I could probably list for 10 bucks. We'll see. I'll have to look at that one. Old Navy 2XL. There may be a lot in here to be had. Or more likely, I'll probably just list all of these at the very bottom of the market, which is probably going to be around 10 or 12 bucks, including free shipping. Another Goodfellow XXL. There's a lot of stuff in this bag. I think maybe if there's enough from each of these brands in the big sizes, then it will be worth putting these in lots. Here's a pretty ratty Sean John track jacket. Yeah, it's just not, the quality's not there on this one, otherwise I'd say yeah. Another kind of nowhere brand, Michael Brandon, but 2XL. Playing all the hits here, all of the worst brands. American Rag. I think I've sold once or twice, really bottom shelf stuff. I might actually just throw all of these in a big fat lot and flip them. This one has some discolorations. Just because each of these is worth a little bit more than those like ribbed undershirts for women. Old Navy, Puritan XL. It's probably about the same size as the rest. Yeah, you know, if I just throw like 15 shirts in a big lot and say, give me 50 bucks for it, someone will snap it up, I'm sure. St. John's Bay XL, plaid flannel, 2XL high surf shirts, which I think is not that solid of a brand. I'll take it. Here's an XL Old Navy chambray shirt. Here's another very frustrating brand, Fossonob, I think it's pronounced. Used to be really spendy back in the early days, relative to what? I think like 10 years ago. This was pretty expensive stuff, but it's got a big hole in it, you can already see. Here's a Field Gear plaid flannel. So plaid flannel's definitely out of season right now. This is the worst time to be selling plaid flannels, but every other time of the year, plaid flannels are just kind of categorically a little bit incrementally higher value than standard shirts. Menswear 2XL. So you are getting the idea. Here's a David Taylor quilted flannel shirt. This one I'll probably list separate just because it's more of a jacket than a shirt. David Taylor, not a very good brand. An Old Navy shawl collar, that's what that's called. Sweater, we'll list this separate. Pretty good piece there. A nasty old pair of shoes, or at least half of the pair. Yeah, these are a no. So our Goodfellow jean shorts. I have a feeling that this might actually be in enough demand to make it worth it, just because it's shorts. Shorts are doing quite well. Some Old Navy shorts. It's got flaws with them. Some cut off nothing shorts. It's an XXL Callaway Golf sweater. Sure. Although some kind of weird situation here. Probably gonna pass on this one. Another beanie. And it's got weird stains on it. I think this is like Target, right? Original use. It's really not a very valuable brand, but it's kind of an interesting track jacket, bomber track jacket. And it looks like it's got some discoloration on it. That might just be dirt though. I'll look it up. It's an XL Goodfellow hoodie. We'll see. I'm gonna go through and do a second purge of this stuff. I'm gonna look up the numbers on eBay before I list the stuff on a lot of it, just to conserve my time. An unbranded men's hoodie shirt thing with toggle buttons. That's what those are called. And 100% cotton. Let's see if I can find a brand tag. If you can't find the brand tag in the collar, oftentimes you can't, excuse me, it'll say on the material tag. This one doesn't have a material tag. And a commenter on the How to Look Up Style Codes video gave me a great tip, which is the RN number that you find. Let me try to find one. The RN number that I thought meant nothing, you can actually look up on Google and it'll tell you what the brand is. Okay, so this Menswear shirt, let's say that this Menswear bit was ripped off. That RN number right there, if you look that up on Google, oftentimes it'll just give you the name of the brand, which is a great tip. I didn't know that. Okay, last bag. It's a big garbage bag, and this first piece is pretty promising. Society Brewing. I have either sold or failed to sell a t-shirt from Society. I don't remember. But brewery stuff is typically pretty strong. There's a bomber jacket with a tartan plaid interior. Pop England. Never heard of it. I will look it up. Here's a little tote bag I'm not going to bother with. Oh man, this is going to be a good bag. Here's a vintage Halloween sweater, crew neck sweater, on a Tultex tag. Is it made in USA? Assembled in Mexico with USA parts, doesn't matter. Tultex, that is vintage looking to me. Drink in a new language, Japanese craft beer. Probably just a freebie, probably nothing, but I'll look it up. Who the hell knows? But it's something that someone who wants to drink Japanese craft beer. We'll wear. Nothing. Sophie. T-shirt. Might actually fit me. Small. No. Here's a Uniqlo men's extra small t-shirt. This one I will actually probably end up listing. Uniqlo is my favorite of all the like trash fast fashion brands. The really low end mall brand brands. Uniqlo has done the best for me. Teal t-shirt. It might fit. That might fit. No, it's not gonna fit. Here are some Inside Out Pulse ski pants. Yeah, way out of season, but maybe if I list them at 20 bucks, someone will grab them up. Girls skirt. Here's an H&M plaid flannel. This is really marginal. H&M, the worst of the trash mall brands. But the color scheme is kind of okay. It's a men's large, regular fit. Yeah, I'll look at it. I'll look at the numbers. Pair of London Fog Youth Medium ski bib overalls. No, I'm gonna pass on these. Oh, you gotta do me like that. All the kid stuff at the bottom. It's the opposite of fruit on the bottom yogurt. It's disgusting plush. God, I hate plushes. I just looked it up. It's not worth enough potentially to be worth dirty religious school t-shirt. Dirty as in covered in dirt. Kids Umbro shorts. If they were adults, that would be a maybe. That's a no. And down into the dregs, we have another. It's a little hat. Do you want a little hat? And last item is some pair of kids board shorts. No. So that was definitely the best bag. About an even split of keep and discard. The Fair Isle sweater, definitely the find of the haul. Not making bank on this stuff. I'm admittedly slightly disappointed just based on the volume of stuff that I got. I was hoping for a little bit more, but so it goes. Can't complain. It was free. Probably make a couple $100 on this stuff. So, good to have conversations and do Muay Thai on thrift store cashiers. Yeah, but you know, talk to the employees because it's good to find people like that. He was super generous, friendly guy. So, the announcement is I got a part-time job. I have a family friend that I've known since I was a little kid, since I was like 12, who offered me a gig taking children fishing and paying me $350 a day to run a couple of guided trips for kids and their parents or guardians. Like, I don't know, maybe three trips a month. So I said yes to that because I would be stupid to turn down what is probably the best job that I've ever been offered, including the Alaskan guiding job, which this pays better than and is easier and more rewarding. So not going to say no to that. So technically I am now a part-time seller again. I had my first trip, I think 2 days ago. So in terms of time commitment, I still feel that I'm a full-time reseller who does the thing on the side. But in terms of finances, it's a fact now that I am technically a part-timer. So I don't attach a whole lot of meaning to that. Some people do. There's people on YouTube that are part-time resellers who make way more money than I do as a full-time reseller, or did as a full-time reseller, and there are full-time resellers that make less than that. You get the point. So it is kind of a semantic game. However you interpret it, I am kind of a part-time reseller or a pseudo part-time reseller, but in my heart of hearts, in my if I tap into my spiritual savagery, it tells me that I'm a full-time reseller still. So excited to, you know, have a little bit more wiggle room and room to breathe financially. So that's it. Thanks for watching.